499 shows, we have had the pleasure of many renowned actors and distinguished artisans and chefs. But one of our most esteemed guests joined us to launch an initiative that encouraged each and every one of us to commit to making our world a better place to live in. Take a look at this tape. In 2005, President Clinton started the Clinton Global Initiative, a nonpartisan catalyst for action. It brings together global leaders, business moguls, and celebrities to devise solutions to some of the world's most pressing problems.
I had been going to forums and learning a lot, and always feeling somewhat empty when I left, when nobody ever asked anybody to do anything.
So President Clinton makes sure that individuals make commitments to implement changes immediately.
We are just here for a little while. It doesn't take long to live a life. What we're being asked to do doesn't amount to all that much, but will make all the difference to children yet unborn.
Even more than Bill Gates and Warren Buffett or a former president, if just citizens, working people, decide at the same time that they're going to solve some problem, they have more power. Because of the internet, we can just aggregate this.
And I think that all of us do want to learn how to give if we haven't already started.
We decided we'd set up a website, call it mycommitment.org, and encourage people to call and give their own commitments. When everything's done, we'll have about 1 million organizations in America and all around the world that people can access, but you won't have to, it'll be fairly organized so you can go to an area of interest and find out what your options are.
Thousands of individuals from over 150 different countries, including myself, have vowed to make a commitment. And I thought today would be an appropriate day to invite a friend of mine to update us on this philanthropic initiative. So please welcome back to our show our very special guests. Waiting with bated breath, and we're so glad to have you here, President Clinton.
Glad to be back.
It's really, really nice. And you've been extremely busy. Can you give us an update on the Clinton Global Initiative?
Yes.
Since you were last on the show?
Well, first of all, on mycommitment.org, which we announced here, you might be interested to know that 90,000 people have visited the site, and over 1,000 people made commitments worth about $900,000. One woman in the Bahamas saw our show when I was here.
Right.
And she changed her 40th birthday party into a fundraiser to meet a person's medical expenses and to give the rest of the money to Darfur.
Isn't that
because of your show?
Well, isn't that great?
And we just had the Global Initiative for University students down in New Orleans.
Oh, I heard. And you started the university.
Yeah, and there were 700 students there. And they divided their commitments evenly between domestic and international things. One group of students committed to collect 300 movies and give them to hospitals, to fund the hospitals. For one of the young women knew a young person with leukemia in the hospital, so they went out and made film libraries for these hospitals, which is great.
That is great.
There are lots of other things like that, and about 30 commitments in New Orleans. We did a lot of work in New Orleans.
Yep, and you got a big commitment from Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That's so exciting too. And yeah, the more well-known people that make commitments, the more lesser-known people also follow suit and make their own commitments. And many people in our company made commitments to you
They
too.
did.
And we're very excited about those. And I want to update on our project.
Yes.
Okay, so we have committed, Martha Stewart and Dr. Brent Ridge, who's sitting right there in the front row, we've committed to create a handbook for really for taking care, a caregiver's guide for taking care of the aging and the elderly. This book doesn't exist anywhere. We've written our outline. We're about to take it to publishers, and we're very excited about it because I think it will help tremendously with the growing number of older people in the United States and elsewhere.
It's very important.
Who need care financially, medically, personally, family-wise, every which way. And this book is going to cover all those subjects. The outline is real long. It's going to be a big fat book.
That's good.
You're going to like it.
The fastest growing group of people in our country statistically are people over 85. And we have to try to make it possible for families to care for them in an effective way and for them to stay healthier longer. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, it really is. And so what is a commitment to action? Can you explain to our audience?
Yes, when people visit mycommitment.org or they go to the CGI, which meets at the beginning of the UN in September in New York, or the university students that came together at Tulane, they're all asked to do something. They give time, money, or skills, and usually the students are things. They give things. One of the students group agreed to change all the lights in their campus to compact fluorescent bulbs. Another group agreed to raise money to promote healthier living in the countries with high levels of AIDS, to try to do prevention. One young man agreed on his own, a medical student, to undertake to prevent 1,500 African children from falling into malnutrition. So they all give different things. One group of students agreed to start a micro-lending program for poor people in their area and loan them up.
Those have been very successful in
very
India
successful.
and in China, and that's fantastic.
And in the United States,
yeah.
in the few places they've been tried. We have a micro credit bank in Arkansas, which Hillary and I started over 20 years ago.
Our own country
yes.
in many states.
And there are lots of people who need small loans to start businesses, for whom $1,000 or $1,500 could actually start them in business, particularly since you can do so much business on the internet today.
Right. Well, how fantastic. This is all very, very exciting. So if you want to get involved, what should we do? Where should we go?
You should go to mycommitment.org.
Okay.
We've had 90,000 people come. Interestingly enough, India and China have driven lots of people to this site. And we are trying to build a sense of this kind of service in Asia. We're going to have a meeting at the end of the year in Hong Kong to try to get more Asian people, both with money and just volunteers, young university students involved in this kind of work there.
Well, you're a very, very busy man. What's this? I saw you carrying this out. Looks like a very beautiful basket.
This is for you. This is a Rwandan gift basket. This was woven by women who were survivors of the genocide in both the Hutu
Can I show it without the bow?
and the Tutsi community. Yeah, take the bow off.
Take the bow off.
And you will see this is a friendship basket, and it signifies people meeting each other along the road and stopping. That's what the zigzags are, people making contact with one another.
Isn't that beautiful?
And these women weave these baskets and we sell them.
In Rwanda.
Yeah, in Rwanda. So this year our foundation gave away a lot of these baskets because that way we could support what they're doing. And they provide not only employment opportunities, but they provide ways for people who were on the opposite sides of a horrible, horrible genocide to come back together and make common cause together. And these women are leading the reconciliation process in Rwanda, which is one of the most impressive things that happened in the world in the last 10 years.
It's incredible. And well, congratulations. To be able to affect change in the world, all over the world, with your global initiative is really an amazing feat. It's an amazing success story. And we sincerely thank you for being here.
I'm glad to be here.
We're so happy to have the update and continued success in all your efforts.
Thank you.
And, well, it's just a very exciting time for you.
Thank you, everybody.